Hey everyone, this is tonight's remote. I thought it would be a fun mental exercise using HCRV, and I strongly, please don't take this remote even slightly seriously. So, there's been some talk about the alien UFO that crashed in Las Vegas. Other people say it was a meteorite. MBB333, is that the name of the YouTube channel? They did some video enhancement film footage from the backyard, and it showed two tall beings. What's interesting about the film footage is that the beings that if that's what they are, MBB333 showed when it got the film footage was yeah, they were like 8 to 10 feet tall, etc. But anyway, so I decided to put myself in a remote state or a lucid hypnotized state, HCRV state, and try and just figure out, could I put myself in a situation if I were an alien that had just crashed in those people's yard? How would I be able to explain this? And so I put myself in that position as a mental exercise based on what the people said they witnessed. And what they witnessed was, I guess they heard something on the roof, and they saw two 8 to 10 foot tall aliens, and then there was some kind of cloaking device over some kind of small little craft, etc., etc. So when I put myself in the situation of something going terribly wrong with our craft, hurling towards Earth, it felt to me like it was similar to our space program, in the sense that we have these rockets that come back to Earth with pilots in them. So that's what happened. That's what it feels like happened. It's this ship that goes into the atmosphere. Maybe it's damaged on impact. It heats up the craft. It goes barreling towards Earth. The two pilots eject, and they have a smaller craft, which is like a pod, and they eject in the pod. It's a protective pod. And the actual craft does in fact crash 200 to 300 miles away from Las Vegas, just as the Air Force, Los Angeles, the NASA, etc. No, whatever that was, it was a meteor. It crashed 300 miles from Las Vegas, probably. Well, that's true. But what happened was the two pilots on board ejected. They in a pod, a protective pod, and that's how they wound up on the roof of the guy's house. And I was confused about what I'm focusing on. If you're talking about, they described beings that were bipedal. This is the anthropologist in me. So in plain words, they were standing upright, which is unusual. It's humanoid with two eyes. So again, it goes back to that whole theory of sharing of genetic material, as they say. All right, take it with a grain of salt. Let's open up a conversation. This is me putting myself in the situation if this had happened to me as the visitors. Let's put it that way. When I put myself in the shoes, we were barreling towards this atmosphere. The craft was damaged. We ejected into a smaller pod, and then that's how we wound up in those people's backyard. All right, and then somehow we were able to, through some kind of physics engineering, transfer out, and in a way that allowed us to change dimensions, and that's how they left. All right, it's a fun pretend conversation. What do you think? Let's talk about it. Thanks for watching, everyone, and be sure and subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you.